Hey YouTube, I'm Tristan from Smart Home Point. If I'm honest with you, I've always been a little bit skeptical of smart lighting. This is because if I look at the price of Hue bulbs and LifeX bulbs, the price always seems a little bit high. For example, I was pricing up how much it would cost me to change all the downlights or the spotlights in my kitchen diner into smart colour bulbs, and I think it would have cost me over £450, which is over $600. And for me, it's just not worth paying that much money for smart bulbs. Having said that, I recently came across a case in my house where smart bulbs would have been perfect. So I started shopping around online and I actually got a really good deal on 4 Philips Hue E14 candle type bulbs, which I'm using in side lamps. And I also got a B22 starter kit, which I mainly bought to actually get the Hue Hub version 2. So I wanted to shoot this video just to cover exactly how to set up and also why I decided the smart lighting was now finally suitable for me. Let's take a look. Okay, so firstly I turn on my living room light, which is a side lamp. And then I go to my hallway and I do the same thing on that side lamp. And then in my landing, I go and do exactly the same thing. Isn't this exciting? And finally, I go into my master bedroom and I turn that light on as well. Oof. Oh, sorry. I bet that was really exciting. I mean, I find doing that every evening really exciting. But what's even more exciting is 3 hours later, when I start going to bed, I then do this. I go to my living room and I turn that light off. I go to my hallway and I turn that light off. I go into my landing and this time I'm going to mix it up. I turn that light off, but I turn on a night light. Ooh. And that's because I got a young child, so obviously night light on the landing makes sense. And then other than that, I go into the master bedroom and you can guess it, at the end of the night I turn the light off. Surely there's a better solution. Yes, there is. Smart lights. So I went out and I bought a Philips Hue starter kit, which contains the Hue Hub, which you can see here. So it's the version 2 hub. It connects over Ethernet, and as we'll see in a second, I'll install this up my attic, or my loft. This starter kit also comes with some Hue white bulbs, B22 bayonet fittings. So alongside the hub, what I also bought was 4 of these candle bulbs, so the single E14s. It's white ambient, so it flicks between sort of a yellowy and bluey sort of colour. Just looks like that. So it says Hue white ambient. Okay, so I know you know how to change a light bulb. I'm obviously not going to talk you through that, but the reason I'm showing this is that once you've actually, as part of the setup process, once you've put the bulbs in, turn the power on the, on the wall, and then make sure it stays on. And the reason for that is obviously you need constant power. You just need the power on the wall turned on, even if you want the bulb turned off. And that's the 4 side lamps, which now have smart Philips Hue bulbs in them. So now in terms of looking at the setup process, now the bulbs are in, I've gone into my attic, and I've got network cabling up there. So this connects to my living room router, which provides internet. I've then got internet going into my NAS and my bedroom, and I've also got power. Okay, so this is my Hue Hub. I will in the end attach it to the wood, but right now I'm just going to quickly show you how to get it set up. So I'm literally just going to plug it in. And this connects via Ethernet, not Wi-Fi. So that's why the instructions says, install it by your router. But obviously in this case, because I got full networking up in my loft, I'm just going to connect it here instead. Just so it's out of the way. And I got more plug sockets free up here, basically. Okay, so now with that plugged in, you can see the power light comes in, and then a few seconds later, you can see all 3 lights come on, which means network and internet connectivity. They go off and on whilst the device sets up. But you can see now the network is on, which is the middle light, and then the internet connectivity is flashing as well, meaning that that's on as well. Again, it might flick on and off. but don't worry about that. The main thing is that eventually, after a few minutes, is fully set up, as you can see here. Okay, so now I'm going to go and actually get the app as the next part of the setup process. So if I search for Hue on the App Store, you'll see that there's 2 apps listed. One of them is the Philips Hue Bluetooth, and this is for the newer generation of bulb. This is the one that doesn't require the Hue hub. In this case, I don't want to be controlling things via the Bluetooth. I want to actually use the hub, so I want this app, the Philips Hue app. You can see it's got a lot more downloads, and also it's got a lot more features and functionality, which is one of the benefits of the hub. You can also see it's got, a lot more downloads. The other good thing with the hub or the bridge is that it supports up to 50 bulbs, unlike the Bluetooth mode, which only supports 10 bulbs. So let's download that now. Okay, so we'll open that up, and it's saying searching for Hue bridges. Because I'm connected to the Wi-Fi network, which my hub is connected to via Ethernet, it's found it straight away, so I'll click setup. I'm still in my loft. I need to actually click the button on the hub itself to actually pair it, which I've done. It says there's updates, so let's just install them. Now the nice thing with the hub is because it connects over Ethernet, I don't have to worry about Wi-Fi and entering any Wi-Fi passwords. And also the hub is Zigbee based, and all the bulbs are Zigbee based as well. So what that means is, again, you don't need to worry about, entering Wi-Fi passwords in all your bulbs. As we'll see in a few minutes, once this is all done, all the bulbs will be recognized automatically. Okay, so it's still installing updates. I jumped ahead because it takes around 4 or 5 minutes to install the updates. Right, so once that's done, let's click done. Yeah, that's fine, accept that. Great. So that's now updated, or the actual hub, or the bridge is updated. So what we can do is add our lights. And as we'll see, I don't need to worry about entering any Wi-Fi passwords. I'll click search at the bottom. And then the Hue bridge will actually use Zigbee to find any bulbs that are there. Okay, that's a bit of information overload. Quite a few different things are popping up there. So I got 3 of the 4 bulbs, and now 4 of the 4 bulbs there. I can rename them, but right now I don't know which is which. So for now, I'm just going to keep the names as they are. So I'll click on next. Okay. It's not great user experience, but basically right now I can't see any of the bulbs, but what I'm going to do is attach them all to the same room. House temporary, and that's because I don't actually know right now which bulb is which, so I'll sort that out offline. So I've said house temporary, and now I need to find an icon. It doesn't matter too much, but home, there we are. Right, great. Okay, so once I'm done, let's just click OK at the top right. And it says this now, the room setup is been added. So let's finally, I'll click there, so click on the top right and bang, it says, congratulations, your Hue app is up and running. And you can see now this slider here where I can turn the lights on and off, and I can change the brightness as well with the bottom slider. So at the moment, all the bulbs want full brightness. This is the bottom slider. But you can decrease it, and as we'll see now, I can decrease it to 70% and you can see the brightness goes down, or I can go back up to 100% and you can see it going back up. You can also click the toggle and turn all the lights off, or you can turn the toggle to turn things back on. So what I've done after playing a while was set things up like this. So I've got different rooms and obviously 1 bulb per room. In my landing, I've got the brightness turned all the way down to function as a nightlight at 10%, which works really well. So I've got rid of my light. And in my master bedroom right now, because I'm still in it, I've got the light on and I've got that at 100% brightness. But I still want to be able to control all the lights in my whole house, so I've added a zone for that, which you can do up here on the right. So you can see the whole house has all the bulbs attached, so it's really easy just for me to click a button and turn everything on and off. Okay, so the following morning, all my bulbs are off. And what I actually want to do now is pair my Hue setup with Alexa so that I can go to my Echo devices and actually control my lights through that. So on the top right up here, I've gone to devices, I click on add, and I want to click on add device down at the bottom. So what type of device? Philips Hue, it says right there, that's easy. Are they Bluetooth enabled? No, and I don't want that because obviously I've got the bridge, so I'll click no. So I've got the version 2 bridge, which is the square shape. Even though it's got rounded corners, it's obviously the square shape, it's not a circle. Right, so I've done these 3 things. So let's click continue, which is number 4. Now the reviews aren't great for this skill, but let's give this a shot. Let's click enable to use. And I need to link my bridge. So let's push the big button on my bridge, which is in the middle, which is again up the attic. So unfortunately I've had to run up to my attic again. But I've done that, and there we are, it's now linked. So let's click continue, grant permission, yeah, that's fine. Obviously I need to click yes. And instantly I've started getting emails just saying you've linked it, which is great. Brilliant, it's successfully linked. So now Amazon's Alexa service should link with my Hue service, and you can see it's imported all of these, the living room, the hallway, and all the different bulbs that I've set up previously. So I can just get rid of that now on the X. Okay, so even though it's giving me push notifications to say it's found some of those rooms, it's still looking for devices, which may take up to 45 seconds, and he usually is a bit slow in my experience. Okay, should almost be done now. Okay, and yeah, you can see it's giving me some of the commands I can say to actually control my devices. Okay, brilliant. So it said 10 devices discovered. Obviously I've only actually set up 4 bulbs, so 10 is obviously a bit unexpected. Obviously I'll play around in a second to work out why it's saying 10. Okay, so these are the lights. You can see there's some duplicates, or everything's duplicated. It says living room twice, it says landing twice, it says hallway twice. And this is because of how I've set things up, as we'll see in a second. Put on my bedroom light.
A few things share the name my bedroom light. Which one did you want?
Bedroom.
Okay.
Okay, so obviously that's not ideal. So obviously I don't want that to happen. Let's look at why that's happening. So on the Alexa device, on the app, sorry, you can see that there's duplicates everywhere. Sometimes it's called bedroom as opposed to master bedroom, and the reason for that is if you go into the Hue app, what I've done is set up my bulb. Well, I've set my room up as master bedroom, and then I set my bulb up as bedroom. And for my living room, I've set them both up as the same name. And as a result, that's going to cause duplicates here. So it's imported the room and the bulb as lights in the Amazon Alexa app, even though obviously one of them is a room and one of them's a light. And this is a bit of a flaw really with the configuration. So what I really need to do is sort this all out. I need to go along and actually delete what I've set up previously, all the rooms, and just completely clear it. Because obviously I don't want these duplicates. I don't want to have what we've seen before, where when I speak to my Echo device, I don't want it to keep asking me what device I want to control. So let's get rid of this completely, even my whole house, because the Alexa app actually allows me to control all the lights anyway. Okay, so I've also in the Alexa app, even though I didn't show it, I've deleted all my lights there. So now I'm starting fresh. So in my Hue app, I'm going to go back in. Now the first thing I want to do is make sure that my lights have a stupid name, and then I'm going to give my rooms the sensible name, so that I'll actually be controlling things when I'm speaking to my Echo. I'm going to be using the sensible room name. Okay, so for this one, which was my hallway, I'm going to be calling it the near door E14. My bedroom, I'll just get rid of that name. Basically, I'm going to be choosing names for the bulbs that I'm never going to say, so that they don't clash with the room name when I speak to my Echo. So I'll call this the Master Sleep Area E14, because hopefully I won't speak to my Echo and say that. So get rid of my living room as well. Let's get rid of that. What shall I call it? Living room. What's it got? TV, it's got a couch. I'm not very good at naming things. Hang on. Couch and TV E14. Will that work? I mean, it doesn't matter, but why am I overanalyzing it? Couch, is that how you spell it? Coach? No, that's not right. Couch, coach. No, that's completely wrong. Right, let's start again. The name doesn't really matter. So, right, what I'm just going to do is say by TV E14. That's easier, because it doesn't really matter anyway. By big TV, just so I know, because I've got a TV upstairs as well. Landing. Something about upstairs, really. That's all I really need to say. Upstairs main area, because it's not a bedroom, is it? Okay, so yeah, really the names don't matter. That's the key thing here. So just name them something you don't really care about. If you're going to be using rooms, which I am. And the reason I want to do that is because otherwise my home screen won't show anything. So I want my rooms to show on my home screen, so that if I go into my Hue app, I can very easily, control things. I can turn the brightness on and off, or up and down, and the bulbs on and off like we've seen before. Okay, so now I'm just going into each room. I'm adding the relevant bulb into each room. So as I mentioned before, my room will have a sensible name and the bulb will not. And hopefully then things won't clash when it comes to actually speaking to my Echo device. So I'll go into my landing, choose upstairs main area, E14. Let's choose the icon for that as well. Where is it? Levels, just upstairs. Sure, there is an icon for that, but I couldn't see it, so it doesn't really matter. Let's do the final room then, which is going to be the hallway. And that one is the near door E14. So there's an icon for hallway there. Right, let's choose that. I've actually seen that this time. Okay, brilliant. So now I've got those rooms with silly bulb names, so that should all work well. Things shouldn't clash anymore with Alexa. What I won't do this time is set up a zone called whole house, and that's because in the Alexa app it already imports something called all Hue bulbs, or whatever the name is, so as a result I don't really need a zone for that. Okay, so now we've got a silly name bulb and a sensible name room. Right, so what I'll do, I'm going to go back into the app, I'm going to go back to add, I'm going to go to add device, and go to Philips Hue. And hopefully this time, although I'm still going to get a lot of devices, hopefully now they should have one sensible name and one stupid name, and then I can configure everything on the sensible name. This whole thing isn't the most intuitive, it's a bit of a frustrating thing, but as long as you know it, then when you're actually setting up the Hue app, or setting things up in the Hue app, then you don't have to worry. Also, as a tip, when you want to delete everything, if you've got loads of bulbs, you can just go to alexa.amazon.com and you can forget all the devices there really easily, but only do that if you don't have loads of other smart home devices set up, otherwise you'll clear all those as well. But in my case, I only had one other smart device, so I just used the forget all option, and then it was really easy to clear everything from Alexa. Brilliant. So 9 devices are set up, which is 4 bulbs, 4 rooms, and then the all Hue lights option as well. So that's 9. Brilliant. So let's just carry on, continue, and it says what I can say. I can say turn off all Hue lights. It gives that as the example, and that works quite well. It also suggests a routine that I can use. which we'll look at in a second because that's part of the automation that I'm going to be doing. Brilliant. So you can see there I've got the stupid name bulb, which I'm not going to be referring to, and then I've got the sensible name room, which I'm going to be speaking to the Echo device on. I can also control things by saying all Hue lights as well. So, turn the lights on in the bedroom.
Okay.
Turn the lights off in the bedroom.
Okay.
Brilliant. So there's no issue there. That's great. So that now works. I've set things up correctly for the initial integration, but now I want to automate things. Okay. Now, one of the things I wanted to do initially was set up a routine so that all my lights came on automatically at a set time each day. You can do this in the Hue app by going to routines, and you can say other routines, and in custom routines you can say that you can base it on the time of day or sunrise or sunset. So I could turn all my lights on through that at a specific time or at sunset. And one of the things, I don't care about that for now, so go back to settings. And one of the things to note if you're going to do this is go to your settings, go to advanced, go to sunset and sunrise, and in there you can configure how long before sunset or sunrise do you actually want this routine to kick in. You can also configure this via the Alexa app. So in the top left, you click on the settings, you go to routines. At the top right now, you click on create routine. That's a pretty rubbish arrow, but there we are. Right, the routine name doesn't matter because I'm just quickly showing this. Click on next. So when this happens, so what you can do is a schedule. Up here. And you can say, again, same as the Hue app, at a particular time or sunrise or sunset. So if I was to click sunset in my case, and this is nicer than the Hue app where you can say is the time offset very easily. So you can have different time offsets for different routines, unlike the Hue app. You can also have this on different days as well. So what I could do is through this, I could very easily say for all my Hue lights to come on at a particular schedule or based on sunset, essentially. However, what I found was that if it's a quite gloomy day, I might turn all my lights on at 5 PM, but on other days I might turn them on at 7 PM or 8 PM. So I didn't really want to set time each day, even if it's based on sunset, because that doesn't always work for me. And what I found is obviously under lights, you've got your all Hue lights option. So it's very easy just to say to your Echo device, turn on all my lights, and they'll all come on. Okay, so as a result, I didn't actually think that I needed, or in my experience, I didn't actually need to set up a routine to automatically have the lights come on. But what I did want is a routine to go to bed. So the last thing I do at night is turn off all the lights, and then on the landing, I want to have a night light, essentially. So I'm going to create a routine for this. So when I say, Alexa, good night, I want something to happen. And what I want to happen is in my smart home, what I want to do is say my bedroom light and also my hallway light. Yeah, oh, you can't choose both, can you? Okay, we'll do one at a time. So I want to say, when I say goodnight, I want my bedroom light to power off. Okay, quite simple. And then because you can apparently only do one at a time in this case, I'll add another one. So I clicked on the wrong thing. The bedroom will go off. Right, so I'll add another bulb. In this case, now I'll say hallway. And again, power will go off. And again, I'll do an add action. I'll go smart home, lights. And this time I'll choose my landing, or my living room, sorry. And this is also going to just be powered off. It's actually nice that you can choose each light individually because you can create some really fine-grained customizations. So it is actually a nice thing. Okay, now I could also have configured this through the Hue app. Because I'm turning all of these 3 bulbs off every night, I could have given them a zone that included hallway, living room and bedroom, and then that would have been imported into my Alexa app as a light, and then I could have just referred to that. But to be honest, I don't have enough bulbs to worry about doing that. I'll just create them separately. Okay, last thing I'm going to do is my landing, or my upstairs main area E14, but I'm going to refer to it as landing, because I know what that means. So on this, I'm going to use my smart bulb as a night light. So I'm going to go into brightness, I'm going to turn that all the way down to 10%. Oh, come on, 11, oh, bloody 11, 10, I want 10, 9, 8, right, 10, brilliant. Why have a slider for that if you're going to, right, anyway, there we are. Brightness, 10%, and also, in addition to that, I want Alexa to say something nice to me. Why not? So you can go into phrases and good night, and it can say different things. I'll just have a random phrase said to me. Yep, that's fine, a random phrase from good night. Okay, so that's now my routine. It does exactly what I want to do, so at night time it's just going to do all this, it'll configure my lights exactly how I want it, and ultimately that's going to save me time, which is the whole point of smart lighting. Okay, so my landing will become a night light. I'll also have a random phrase said, and obviously all my other bulbs are just going to go off. I also want to say where I want this random phrase to be spoken from, and I'll want that in my master bedroom, because that's where I'm going to be saying good night, ultimately, to my Echo device. Okay, so we'll click on save at the top. It says it'll take around a minute to be ready. So let's actually go and try that out. I could try it out by just clicking this play button to test it out, which is quite good, but I'll just try it out by speaking to my Echo device. Let's see how this goes. So right now the lights are on in the bedroom and the landing. Alexa, good night.
Enjoy your sleep.
Oh, thank you, Alexa. So you can see the lights have gone off in the master bedroom, and also the night light is now on. Okay, thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. I wanted to take you through the entire process of why I wanted smart lighting, what products I bought, how I set it up, and how I sort of configure things in the app, because I think that's quite useful for people. I personally am very happy with my smart lighting solution, and now I have everything set up, I can imagine myself buying more smart lighting products in the future. There were some issues, however. You've seen some bits of confusion that I had about naming my light bulbs and how that caused issues when speaking to my Echo device. And I plan on explaining these in a future video. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please click the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.